Yes, welcome back once again to our program, The Legal Perspective. The program yaffe manya amateeka nga tubadde tukyalaba ku hierarchy of the judiciary, and we have seen that the judiciary has okuva wansi, it has the magistrates courts where we have the chief justice and the chief magistrate and the magistrate grade 1. Then we also looked at the high court where we saw that it is headed by a principal judge, but defenses such as are headed by the judges. So the High Court has, and we looked at the jurisdiction that has unlimited jurisdiction. So we are going to our next hierarchy, our next court in hierarchy, and that is the Court of Appeal vis-a-vis Constitutional Court. The Court of Appeal is the second court of record, as we say that the High Court is the third court of record. When we talk of a court of record, tuba twogera ku kooti nga ensala yaayo oyinza ogyesigamako nga olina ekintu kyokola ki kyokakasa oba ekintu kyokola ki kyoyogerako. So the Court of Appeal is the second court of record, although it is not a court of first instance. Twogera ku first instance nti tosobola kuwa musango mu Court of Appeal direct nti ovudde eno nti I'm filing the case in the Court of Appeal. No, unless you're filing a constitutional case, a constitutional petition. So a court of appeal is headed by the Deputy Chief Justice. Deputy Chief Justice is headed by other members, no less than 7 of the Court of Appeal. So the Court of Appeal handles matters, it handles appeals from the High Court. If someone is dissatisfied with the judgment of the High Court, he will run to the Court of Appeal. Omuntu yenna abeera nga tamatidde ensalawo ya kooti eya waggulu abeera nga akola ki agenda mu kooti ejulirwamu bagiyita Court of Appeal, n'abeera nga atwalayo ensonga ze zatamatiddde mu ki mu nsalawo ya kooti enkulu. So we say that we're going to talk about the Court of Appeal vis-a-vis the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court is established by the Constitution of Uganda, basically to handle petitions concerning anything which is not in line with the Constitution. It can be a cultural norm. It can be a section under the Acts of Parliament. It can be an act or anything which is done within Uganda. So you will know that the Constitution under Article 2 of the Constitution says that whatever is not in line with the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, it shall be rendered null and invalid. So the Constitutional Court was enacted to handle matters of the Constitution petition. So the Constitutional Court, it is on the same level with the Court of Appeal. So whatever is not in line with the Constitution, it is when it is being challenged, that case goes straight to the Constitutional Court. So that's why you find the cases of Mwanga Chivumbi versus Attorney General, Sechikubo versus Attorney General. I'll give you an example of the case of Mwanga Chivumbi versus Attorney General, where Mwanga Chivumbi, now the Honorable Member of Parliament of Butambala District, where they challenged the section of the Police Act, which actually gave powers for the IGP, Inspector General of Police, to cancel all gatherings which were being held without his approval. Yet the Constitution provides for the right of assembly. So the Constitutional Court found that case to be that section to be not in line with the constitution. I remember whatever is not in line with the constitution is rendered null and invalid. So the constitution rendered that section, if I'm to remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was article. It was section 34 of the Police Act, I think. So that's the Constitutional Court. Now, lastly, we are going to talk about the Supreme Court. What do you take? Court in Sukulumu. It is headed by the head of the judiciary. You can call him the Chief Justice, and just other number of justices appointed by the president and so on, but approved by the Parliament of Uganda. So that the Supreme Court, it is a first court of record, being the highest court in the hierarchy of the judiciary. Basically, it is not court of first instance. Court of first instance. Tutegeeza nti toveeyi n'otwala omusango muki mu Supreme Court okuggyako mu cases eziri provided under the law, and the only case provided under the law are the presidential elections petitions. Those are the only cases being handled in the first instances by the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court handles those jurisdictions. Okujjako n'omuntu atamutidde ensalawo ya Court of Appeal asobola okubeera ng'ajulira mu Supreme Court. So court ensukkulumu ye Supreme Court, omuntu yenna atamatidde ebivudde mu kulonda kw'abalamuzi ba Court of Appeal ajulira mu Supreme Court, era nga ekkooti ey'okujulirwamu esembayo. Era oba tomatidde ensalawo yaayo, Omuganda agamba ova fooyo ogenda kuwaki kuwangatto. So maybe another thing ekikolebwa ekyenjawulo Supreme Court kyekola nti Supreme Court wekiba nga kooti High Court ebeera nga eyisiza death penalty, omuntu nga omusango gumusemuvini bamusabye ekibonerezo ky'okufa, teba executing omuntu oyo unless the Supreme Court has approved the punishment and the judgment. So that's it for our program today. We shall look more about the judiciary. We have just looked at the hierarchy of the judiciary and the jurisdiction of the different courts. Maybe in our future endeavors we shall look at other aspects of law inside the judiciary. Thank you so much. I remain Lubega Fatih Kadunabi, legal practitioner with Masa Legal Advocates. Thank you. See you once again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.